I was driving, hands gripping the wheel, the city lights flashing by in a blur. My wife sat in the passenger seat, scrolling through her phone, completely unfazed by the storm that was about to hit. Then, just as we were nearing the airport, she sighed, locked her phone, and turned to me with that practiced little smile. I think we need a break. I almost slammed on the brakes right there in the middle of the road. My fingers tightened around the steering wheel as I tried to process what the hell I had just heard. A break? I repeated, my voice eerily calm, like I was asking about the weather. Yeah, she said, brushing her hair back like this was a casual Tuesday conversation. I need some space. Time to figure things out. It's not you, it's me. Oh, great. The classic line. The universal breakup. Excuse wrapped up in a nice, neat little package. I glanced at her, but she was already looking away, as if she couldn't even be bothered to see my reaction. 5 years of marriage. And this is how she drops the bomb on me? On the way to the damn airport? I gritted my teeth, forcing my voice to stay steady. And when were you planning to tell me this? Exactly? I don't know. She shrugged, like it didn't even matter. It just felt like the right time. The right time? The right time to tell me you're checking out of our marriage while I'm driving you to catch a flight to Europe? Oh, and let's not forget who she was traveling with. Her best friend, Kelly, the newly divorced independent. Live your best life, Kelly, who has spent the past year whispering nonsense into my wife's ear about how she deserved more, how she should explore options. I clenched my jaw, forcing myself to stay quiet. I wasn't about to cause a scene in the car. Not yet. We pulled up to the terminal. I got out, grabbed her suitcase, set on the curb. She stepped out, smoothed her dress, and looked at me like she was doing me a favor. I'll text you when I land, she said, lifting her bag onto her shoulder. I just stared at her. My wife who had just effectively ended our marriage in a moving vehicle like it was an afterthought. And now she was off to find herself in Paris or wherever the hell she was going. I didn't say a word, didn't argue, didn't plead. Just got back in the car, shut the door, and pulled away, gripping the wheels so tight my knuckles turned white. A break? That's what we're calling it now? 5 years of marriage, and you just hit pause before skipping off to drink wine in Italy and party in Ibiza? Nah, that's not how this works. I gave it a few days. Maybe she'd call. Maybe she'd realize she had made a mistake and come crawling back. I wanted to be furious, but deep down, I stupidly held on to the hope that there was some logical explanation. Then I checked my phone. Blocked. Everywhere. Texts? Blocked. Calls? Blocked. Instagram? Gone. Facebook? Disappeared. Even Venmo. Who the hell blocks someone on Venmo? And that's when it clicked. This wasn't some impulsive decision she made in the car. This was planned. She wasn't a stressed-out wife who needed space. She was a woman who had one foot out the door long before she packed her bags. Well, guess what? If you're already halfway gone, I'll handle the rest. First thing I did, called the bank, froze our joint accounts, moved my direct deposits. Not a single cent of my money was funding her little European fantasy. Second, contacted the landlord, told him we were terminating the lease early. I'd find my own place. If she wanted a home to come back to, she could start looking. Third, a lawyer. Now, I hadn't thought about divorce before, but after that stunt, after realizing she had zero intention of talking to me like a decent human being, I wasn't going to be some heartbroken fool waiting around. I wanted out, and I wanted out yesterday. And the best part? I didn't even tell her. I let her keep thinking I was at home, devastated, waiting for her to figure things out. Fast forward 5 weeks. Not a word from her. No texts. No calls. Not even a drunk late night. I miss you message. Then out of nowhere I got an email. Subject, coming home on Friday. Hey babe, I miss you so much. This trip has been really eye-opening for me, and I can't wait to see you. Let's have a special date night when I get back. Just you and me. Love you. Oh, now you love me? After ghosting me for over a month? After blocking me on everything and vanishing off the face of the earth? Nah. So I replied. Subject, coming home on Friday. What does that have to do with me? I could practically hear the record scratch. She replied within minutes. What do you mean? I didn't respond. Instead, I let her find out the hard way. I thought it was over. I thought I had wrapped up the Sarah saga, filed for divorce, blocked her entire family, and moved on with my life. But no, because some people don't just take the L and walk away. No, some people double down, rewrite history, and try to turn themselves into the tragic victim of their own mistakes. And Sarah? She was about to learn just how badly she screwed up. It all started with a screenshot. One of our mutual friends, Emily, one of the few sane ones, texted me out of nowhere, "Hey, I know you don't care, but you might want to see this." Attached was a screenshot from a private group chat I wasn't in. And guess what? Sarah was running her mouth, telling everyone that I had blindsided her, that she just needed space to figure out if she was happy in the marriage. And I overreacted by filing for divorce before she could talk to me. Oh, and my personal favorite. She claimed she had been too emotional to reach out, but she never meant for the break to last so long. Oh, so that's how we're spinning this now? I read the messages again just to make sure I wasn't hallucinating. I just needed time to breathe. I didn't think he'd just give up on us. I didn't block him because I didn't love him. I blocked him because I was overwhelmed. I thought he would understand. This woman, this actual human woman, she went no contact on me for 6 weeks, partied in Europe, ignored every attempt I made to communicate, and now I was a bad guy? Oh, hell no. I did what any self-respecting man in my position would do. I jumped into the main group chat, the one with all our mutual friends, her family members, and some random plus ones who barely knew us. And I dropped the truth. Hey, everyone. Since there seems to be some confusion about what happened, let me clear up real quick. Sarah told me she needed a break while I was driving her to the airport. Then she blocked me on everything for 6 weeks. No texts, no calls, nothing. She went off to Europe and partied while I was here, thinking we were still married. When she got back, she acted like nothing happened. I didn't give up on us. I just refused to wait around for someone who had already left. Boom. Silence. And then absolute chaos. People started responding immediately. Wait, she blocked you? For 6 weeks. Sarah, WTF? That's not taking a break. That's ghosting. Even Sarah's own cousin, the one who'd been defending her, replied, I didn't know it was like that. That's messed up. And then came Sarah. Ethan, why would you post this here? This is between us. Nah, babe. You made it public the second you started lying. So I hit her with one last text. Not anymore. Blocked. After that, the floodgates opened. First came the text from random numbers. Sarah trying to explain herself. Sarah begging to talk. Sarah claiming she wasn't in a good place when she blocked me. Then came the calls from her family. Her mom. Sweetheart, you're being cruel. She's heartbroken. Her dad. Be a man and at least hear her out. Her sister. This isn't the Ethan I know. And when all that didn't work, Sarah herself showed up. I came home late from work one night, and guess who was sitting on the porch of my new house? Sarah. Sunglasses on, fake tears at the ready, looking like some tragic movie heroine who'd been left in the rain. Ethan, please, just 5 minutes. No. I walked past her toward the door. She reached out, grabbing my arm. I messed up. I was scared. I thought I needed space, but I just needed you. I sighed, yanking my arm free. You blocked me, I said. Not for a weekend. Not for a week. For 6 damn weeks. More fake tears. But I was confused. Nah, babe. You were calculated. And I walked inside. Didn't turn around. Didn't say another word. That was the end. Or so I thought. Because the next day, I got a text from a random number. Ethan, I'm late. We need to talk. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I laughed so hard I almost dropped my phone. The pregnancy card. Classic. So I hit her back with a simple reply. Cool. Send me the test results. Silence. No follow-up text. No calls. And just like that, the baby scam evaporated into thin air. The last nail in the coffin? Sarah tried to play the sympathy card with our mutual friends. She went around telling people, Ethan just abandoned me. I was struggling with anxiety, and he just gave up. But what happened? They called her out. Sarah, you ghosted him for 6 weeks and came back like nothing happened. That's not anxiety. That's selfishness. Even her own friends turned on her. The moment she realized no one was buying her story, she disappeared. Blocked me. Deleted her accounts. Vanished. And you know what? I sat on my balcony, whiskey in hand, watching the sunset, knowing one thing for sure. I had won. 3 months. That's how long it had been since Sarah's grand exit from my life. 3 months of peace. No random texts. No fake emergencies. No sob stories designed to guilt me into reopening the door she slammed shut. For the first time in years, I actually felt like myself again. New apartment. New mindset. Hell, I even started dating again. Not seriously, just enough to remind myself what it was like to be with a normal, functional woman who didn't think taking a break meant ghosting her husband for 6 weeks and then expecting to wait around like a loyal dog. Life was good. And then, because the universe is a twisted sense of humor, I got a call from my boss. I should have known something was off the second he asked me to step into his office. Work had been my sanctuary since the whole my wife abandoned me for a European vacation disaster. It was steady, predictable, and most importantly, Sarah-free. But now my boss was rubbing his temples, looking like he was about to deliver some bad news. Ethan, we need to talk about Sarah. I nearly laughed. Sarah? Here? In my damn workplace? Apparently, my beloved ex-wife had been calling HR repeatedly, claiming I had financially abandoned her, that I had cut her off unfairly and left her without resources. Oh, you mean the same Sarah who blocked me on everything and disappeared for 6 weeks? The one who thought she could just waltz back into my life like nothing happened? That's Sarah? My boss side. Look, I don't care about your personal life, but she's been calling every day. If you can handle it outside of work, I'd appreciate it. Oh, I was about to handle it. That night, I didn't just text Sarah. I put her on blast. Straight into our mutual friends group chat, the same one where she had tried to paint herself as the victim. And I dropped a little truth bomb. Hey everyone, quick update. Sarah's been harassing my job, telling HR I financially abandoned her. Just a reminder, she's the one who blocked me and took off to Europe without warning. Just wanted to clear that up before she starts rewriting history again. Instant chaos. Wait, she's calling your work. Sarah, seriously? That's so low. Even people who had tried to defend her before were turning on her now. And then, because of course she did, Sarah jumped in. Ethan, I was just trying to talk to you. I didn't mean for it to go that far. Oh, now she wanted to talk? By calling my boss? Nah, babe. So I hit her with one final message. You want to talk? Get your lawyer to call mine. Otherwise, lose my number. And then I blocked her. Again. I figured that was the end of it. But Sarah wasn't done. A few days later, my buddy Jake sent me a link to a new Instagram post. The caption? Some people throw away years of love like it's nothing. Some people never really loved you at all. I guess I was just another chapter in his story, but he was my whole book. And the picture? Her, sitting on a park bench, looking all sad and dramatic, like she was starring in a goddamn Hallmark movie. Oh, hell no. At this point, I had a choice. 1. Ignore it. Let her scream into the void. 2. End this once and for all. Guess which one I picked? I went nuclear. Called up my lawyer and told him I wanted to push the divorce through as fast as possible. Filed the paperwork the next day. And then, because I knew Sarah thrived on attention, I made a little Instagram post of my own. A simple picture, me, smiling, drink in hand, enjoying my new life. The caption? Some people take breaks. Others move forward. I guess we know which one I am. Boom. People loved it. Oh, damn the shade. King behavior. Sarah's gonna lose her mind. And Sarah? She lost her damn mind. Within minutes, she was texting mutual friends, freaking out. I can't believe he would post that. He's humiliating me. This isn't fair. He's making me look bad. Yeah, no. Maybe because you are bad. She even tried calling me from an unknown number. I let it ring. Then I blocked that too. It's been 3 months now. Sarah? Gone. Divorce? Finalized. Me? Thriving. She tried one last time to weasel her way back, sending a final text from a burner phone. Can we at least talk? I miss you. Didn't even respond. Just blocked it and moved on. Because at the end of the day, I don't take back what I never lost. And Sarah? She can take her break and stay exactly where she left herself. Alone. For months. That's how long it had been since Sarah tried to crawl back into my life. For months of peace, of moving forward, of finally living without the shadow of her manipulations looming over me. But, as I had learned, Sarah was like a cockroach, impossible to fully get rid of. It started with a call from an unknown number. I didn't answer. Then a text. Ethan, please. Just 5 minutes. Blocked. Then came the emails. She had apparently given up on burner phones and decided email was the way to go. Ethan, I just need closure. I need to talk to you to explain. Closure? She needed closure? After ghosting me, lying, playing the victim, and then trying to drag my name through the mud? The sheer audacity of this woman. I ignored it. Then she found a new strategy. Guilt. A week later, I got a call from my mom. You need to talk to her, Ethan. No, I don't. She's saying she's in a really bad place. She's not eating, not sleeping. She made a mistake, and she just wants to apologize. I sighed. Mom, she didn't make a mistake. She made a series of conscious, selfish choices. She's not sorry about what she did. She's sorry she lost. She said she misses you. She misses controlling me. Silence. Then my mom sighed. I told her you probably wouldn't go for it, but I had to try. Just be careful. I don't trust her. At least we agreed on that. The next stunt? Oh, this one was creative. Chance encounter. I was at my usual coffee shop when I heard someone clear their throat behind me. I knew that sound. I knew that presence before I even turned around. Sarah. She looked different. Not in a good way. The usual air of confidence. The I'm always in control energy, gone. She looked tired, thinner, like she had spent the last few months drowning in whatever pity party she had thrown for herself. Ethan, she said, voice softer than I'd ever heard it. Can we talk? I stared at her for a moment, then turned back to my coffee. We already did. No, you talked. You shut me out. I sighed, taking a sip. That's usually what happens when someone blocks you, disappears, and then tries to lie about it. She flinched but pressed on. I wasn't thinking clearly. I thought I needed space, but what I really needed was you. I let out a low chuckle. That's funny, because when you needed space, you had no problem blocking me on everything, cutting me out of your life, and living it up in Europe. Tears welled in her eyes. Fake? Real? I didn't care. I was wrong, she whispered. I lost myself. I lost everything. And I miss you. I leaned back in my chair, studying her. You don't miss me. You missed a version of me that would have taken you back. That version is gone. Her lower lip trembled. Ethan, please. I just need a second chance. I smirked. Funny, I needed one too, but you were too busy taking a break. She wiped her eyes, glancing around, realizing people were starting to stare. Then she said it. You're not even going to hear me out? Nope. Ethan, I love you. I laughed. Actually laughed. No, Sarah, you love the idea of me. But the real me, the one who finally sees through your bullshit, that's the guy you can't manipulate anymore. She looked devastated. Whether it was because she was actually hurting or just because her last desperate attempt had failed, I didn't know, didn't care. I stood up, tossed a few bills on the table, and gave her one last look. You took a break, Sarah. So now you can stay exactly where you left yourself. And then I walked away. For the last time. 6 months. That's how long it had been since Sarah last tried to weasel her way back into my life. And for 6 months, I hadn't heard a single word. No calls, no emails, no chance encounters. It was the kind of silence I had dreamed of when this all started. The kind of silence that felt like freedom. And then, just when I thought she had finally accepted reality, she pulled one last stunt. I was sitting in my office, finishing up some reports, when my phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "Ethan, I need you. It's an emergency." I stared at the screen. I knew it was her. I should have ignored it. Should have blocked it like all the others. But curiosity got the best of me. What emergency? I typed back. A few minutes later, my phone rang. I hesitated before answering. I shouldn't have. The moment I picked up, the sobbing started. "Ethan, please, I have no one else. I don't know what to do." I leaned back in my chair, rubbing my temple. "What are you talking about?" I lost everything," she choked out. "I thought I could handle things on my own, but I can't. Kelly kicked me out. My parents won't help me. I'm broke. I don't have anywhere to go." I let out a slow breath. And this is my problem because there was a pause and a soft, desperate whisper. "Because I need you." I chuckled, shaking my head. "Sarah, you made it clear you didn't need me when you left. You needed space. You needed freedom. Well, congratulations. You got exactly what you wanted." "But I was wrong," she cried. "I was so wrong." I sighed, already done with this conversation. You don't get to do this. You don't get to burn everything to the ground and then come back when you realize the grass isn't greener. She sniffled. "Can we just talk? In person? Please." I smiled to myself. "We are talking." "Ethan, please. I have nowhere else to go." For a moment, I almost felt bad for her. Almost. Then I remembered standing in that airport parking lot, gripping the steering wheel while she walked away without a second thought. I remembered checking my phone and seeing that she had blocked me. I remembered how she painted me as the villain while she played the victim. And just like that, the pity disappeared. I took a deep breath and gave her the only response she deserved. "Not my problem." And then, for the last time, I hung up. No second chances. No final conversations. No pity. Just silence. And that's how it ended. Not with some grand, dramatic confrontation. Not with some forced reconciliation. Just a woman who thought she could walk away from everything and still have a safety net. And a man who finally cut the rope. 8 months. That's how long it had been since I last heard from Sarah. And in those 8 months, my life had taken a turn I never expected. I had moved cities, taken a promotion, and even met someone new. Not someone I rushed into anything with, but someone who reminded me that relationships weren't supposed to feel like battles. That love wasn't supposed to be a power struggle. Sarah had become a ghost of my past, until I ran into her one final time. I was at a work event, one of those fancy rooftop gatherings where people in overpriced suits pretended to care about each other's business ventures. I was talking with some colleagues when I felt it, the unmistakable weight of someone staring at me. I turned, and there she was. Sarah. She looked different. Not in a bad way, not in a good way, just different. Older, somehow, more tired. The kind of tired that doesn't come from a bad night's sleep, but from life knocking you down one too many times. She hesitated, as if deciding whether to approach me, and then, as if drawn by some invisible thread, she walked over. "Ethan." I took a slow sip of my drink before answering. "Sarah." She looked like she had rehearsed this moment, like she had a speech prepared. But now, standing in front of me, she seemed lost for words. I wasn't going to help her find them. She started, then trailed off. Finally, she exhaled sharply. I wanted to say I'm sorry. For everything. I studied her. Not with anger. Not with resentment. Just nothing. Okay. She blinked, caught off guard. That's it. What else is there? I shrugged. You said what you needed to say. I don't need anything from you. For a second, I saw something flicker across her face. Maybe she expected me to tell her I missed her, that some part of me had been waiting for this apology. Maybe she thought I'd ask how she was doing, if she was okay. But I didn't, because the truth was I had moved on. Sarah was a chapter in my life that had already been written, and I had no interest in rereading it. She gave me a sad, small smile. I guess I don't know what I expected. Neither did I. But whatever it was, she wasn't going to get it from me. I nodded once, a silent goodbye, then turned back to my conversation. Just like that, Sarah became what she had been for months now, nothing more than a memory. And this time, she finally stayed gone. For good.